Hello, I'm Orhan Gaybov. You're watching AzTV News. On March 15th, President Ilham received Tzipi Livni, the former Minister of Foreign Affairs of Israel.
During the meeting, the sides touched upon the significance of the 11th Global Baku Forum, stressing the importance of the participation of numerous guests and the growing representation of international institutions. They expressed confidence that the forum would contribute to strengthening international cooperation. It was noted that Tzipi Livni traditionally participates in the Global Baku Forum.
President Ilham Aliyev received Wolfgang Ischinger, the president of the Munich Security Conference Foundation Council.
The head of state expressed his satisfaction with his regular participation in the meetings of the Munich Security Conference and the discussions held within its framework. President Ilham Aliyev noted that during his participation in the Munich Security Conference this February, cooperation issues related to COP29 were discussed between Azerbaijan and the Munich Security Conference. During the meeting, the sides discussed the organization of a separate event of the Munich Security Conference dedicated to climate security and peace agenda within the framework of COP29 to be held in Azerbaijan. Wolfgang Ischinger mentioned that the Munich Security Conference Foundation holds events in different regions of the world each year and extended his invitation for Azerbaijan to be represented in those events. During the conversation, the sides also discussed the regional peace agenda. President Ilham Aliyev noted that Azerbaijan had initiated the peace treaty with Armenia and proposed the fundamental principles of the peace treaty. It was noted that COP29 would contribute to the peace agenda. The head of state said that the agreements reached in relation to COP29 to be held in Azerbaijan had actually emerged as part of the peace agenda. In this regard, Azerbaijan will also make efforts to advance the peace agenda in the context of COP29 in the region. During the meeting, the sides exchanged views on issues of mutual interest.
President Ilham Aliyev then received Denis Francis, the president of the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly.
During the meeting, the sides held the cooperation between Azerbaijan, the United Nations, and its various agencies. Denis Francis emphasized the importance of the Global Baku Forum organized by the Nizami Ganjavi International Center and the discussions held within its framework. He lauded Azerbaijan's contributions to multilateral diplomacy and intercultural dialogue. The United Nations official congratulated the head of state on securing the hosting of COP29 in Azerbaijan and emphasized the importance of the Troika mechanism created within this framework, including Azerbaijan, the United Arab Emirates, and Brazil. Expressing his gratitude for the congratulations, President Ilham Aliyev stated that Azerbaijan had adopted an inclusive approach within the framework of the COP29 process and that the Troika mechanism had been created for the first time within the COP framework. During the meeting, it was noted that Azerbaijan remained committed to the peace agenda, that the fundamental principles forming the basis of the peace agreement had been put forward by Azerbaijan and that the parties were currently in talks on the text of the peace agreement. The head of state emphasized that the consensus reached in the Eastern European group regarding the holding of COP29 in Azerbaijan was itself part of the peace agenda. Thus, Azerbaijan supported Armenia's candidacy for membership of the COP Bureau from the Eastern European group, and Armenia supported Azerbaijan's candidacy to host the COP29. The simultaneous release of the two countries' servicemen is a development serving the peace agenda. President Ilham Aliyev noted that Azerbaijan had ended the Armenian occupation by using the right of self-defense in accordance with Article 51 of the UN Charter, and as a result, the region has come closer to peace than ever before. During the meeting, the sides exchanged views on issues such as landmines, global climate change, depletion of water resources, and other pressing issues on the agenda of the UN General Assembly. President Ilham Aliyev said that Azerbaijan's water resources were formed outside the boundaries and borders of the country. The president underlined the importance of the ecological cleanliness of transboundary rivers and cooperation between countries of the region in this regard. The head of state said that more than 1 million landmines had been planted by Armenia in the territories of Azerbaijan during the years of occupation and emphasized that these hindered ongoing reconstruction and construction work in the liberated territories and continued to pose a threat to people's lives. President Ilham Aliyev stated that Azerbaijan continues its efforts to address the mine problem using its own capabilities and underscored the importance of support from the international community in this endeavor. The head of state said that after the liberation of Azerbaijan's territories from occupation, more than 350 citizens had been killed and injured as a result of the mine incidents. During the conversation, the sides noted Azerbaijan's successful chairmanship of the non-aligned movement, the country's initiatives related to determining humanitarian demining as a new sustainable development goal within the movement, as well as the mobilization of international efforts in this field. The sides also stressed the importance of holding such an important event as the World Urban Forum in Azerbaijan in 2026 within the framework of the country's cooperation with the UN institutions.
The head of our state also received Achim Steiner, the administrator of the United Nations Development Programme.
Achim Steiner congratulated President Ilham Aliyev on Azerbaijan's successful bid to host COP29 and assuming the presidency of the conference. He expressed the UNDP's readiness to collaborate with Azerbaijan in organizing COP29. The head of state thanked him for the congratulations. Achim Steiner commended the cooperation between Azerbaijan and the UNDP in realizing the Sustainable Development Goals and expressed the UNDP's willingness to closely cooperate with Azerbaijan in implementing green growth and digital transformation aligning with the country's national sustainable development priorities. President Ilham Aliyev briefed Achim Steiner on Azerbaijan's development strategy until 2030, noting that green transition is one of the priority areas for the country. The head of state said that the renewable and green energy potential of the country exceeds 200 gigawatts, adding that Azerbaijan will have the opportunity to produce 5 megawatts of renewable energy resources in the near future. In this context, the president emphasized that Azerbaijan took the initiative to form a renewable green energy corridor linking the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea, and that joint cooperation with the countries of the region is underway in this regard. The head of state emphasized that despite Azerbaijan being a country that exports fossil fuels, the green transition is defined as a priority direction. President Ilham Aliyev emphasized Azerbaijan's experience in attracting foreign investors, producing natural resources, efficiently utilizing the generated revenues, and ensuring they contribute to development. Achim Steiner noted that Azerbaijan's development experience could be of interest to other countries worldwide. Achim Steiner pointed out that Azerbaijan's green transition transformation aligns perfectly with the concept of hosting COP29, and the country's example will be presented to the international community. President Ilham Aliyev invited Achim Steiner to the COP29 conference, which the latter graciously accepted. During the meeting, they noted that Azerbaijan's development program spans various areas, including the development of regional transportation corridors and the Middle Corridor, enhancement of agriculture and tourism, ensuring food security, efficient management of water resources. Furthermore, the discussion underscored the significance of deepening cooperation between Azerbaijan and UNDP in the mining efforts, including the co-organization of a annual conference in Baku dedicated to addressing this issue. They also discussed the development of Azerbaijan's role as a regional training center for global humanitarian demining in partnership with UNDP. Achim Steiner acknowledged UNDP's readiness to collaborate with Azerbaijan in the field of humanitarian demining. They noted that since the liberation of Azerbaijan's territories from occupation, more than 350 citizens had been killed or injured due to explosions of mines planted by Armenians. Achim Steiner also underscored the significance of the 11th Global Baku Forum, highlighting the importance of discussions held within this framework.
The 9th trilateral meeting of foreign ministers of Turkey, Azerbaijan and Georgia held in Azerbaijani capital Baku. The meeting discussed the prospects of strategic partnership, peace, security and stability in the region. It was emphasized that Azerbaijan, Georgia and Turkey are reliable partners in the region, and a new reality promises new prospects for using its full potential. At the end of the meeting, Azerbaijan, Turkey and Georgia signed the Baku Declaration, which will contribute to the further development of ties. You can get in touch with us via WhatsApp and Telegram accounts at 051 511 1956, through which you can report the events you encountered, as well as share suggestions and remarks. That was all for today. Thanks for being with us. Goodbye.